every conceivable indicator, our army that now remains in Vietnam is in a state approaching collapse, with individual units avoiding or having refused combat, murdering their officers and non-commissioned officers, drug-ridden and dispirited where not mere mutinous.
By the Pentagon's own figures, during the 10 years of the Vietnam War, 500,000 soldiers deserted.
In combat. That's why the American Army denied that they were there. You know, as far as America, it was a briefers and side guard, there were no American troops along the border.
Actually, I tell you, the only thing you fighting for is your own life. You fighting to go back home.
The North Vietnamese had two regiments, two crack regiments, totally surrounding the fire base.
It's plain suicide going out there in the middle of the night. As soon as we start going out there, we'll be sitting ducks.
You know, there's the thing about giving an order, and there's the thing about using your head, too, right?
I'm telling you, the hires, man. They don't have to go out there. They just send us out there.
The Captain Cronin ordered 6 men to go out on a night ambush, which was basically a suicide mission. He sent 6 guys out against the 2 regiments. And they said, we ain't going to do it. We ain't going to go. And the only option it was to get word out to the outside world. And they wrote a petition.
At the writing, we are under siege in Firebase Place. We are faced daily with the decision of whether to take a court-martial or participate in offensive role. In the event of mass prosecution of our unit, our only hope would be public opinion and your voice.
Nixon was so afraid. Boy, he ordered that company pulled out. They sent in another company. They had heard about the refusal of Alpha Company. The other company also refused to fight. And after that, no company, no troops in Vietnam were willing to fight. They said, look, we're not going to fight anymore.
There are more problems to winding down the Vietnam War than just holding the enemy at bay and moving South Vietnamese troops into the line. One unforeseen problem is trying to keep up the morale of GIs who know they're going home, but not soon enough. It has produced flagrant insubordination, shooting of officers by their own men, and a deadly practice called fragging.
The purpose in my mind was either to get me or intimidate myself and all others in authority in the company and the battalion.
Sergeant Gene Tingley is saying that some of his own men tried to maim or kill him, but it's not an isolated incident. Since then, one officer has been killed, another wounded at this base, and there have been dozens of similar incidents all across South Vietnam.
I don't want nobody over me, and I don't want nobody under me. Insubordination.
While denying that the GI movement even existed, the House Internal Security Committee of the United States Congress held a series of hearings in 1971 that produced thousands of pages of testimony illustrating how broadly and deeply that movement had spread. That same year, the FTA show toured Asia. Despite being banned from military bases worldwide, the show performed in Japan, Okinawa, and the Philippines for over 60,000 soldiers, and at every stop, GIs took the stage with them.
We can no longer remain silent about the atrocities and injustice being perpetrated by the United States military on peoples of other nations, nor the petty harassment that servicemen and women are made to endure day after day. We demand an end to all discriminating policies against persons because of their race. We demand an end to all discrimination against persons, such as anti-war GIs, because they do not agree with U.S. policies. We demand an immediate and total withdrawal of all air and ground troops and CIA from Vietnam, as well as from Korea, Guam, Okinawa, Japan, the Philippines, Israel, Cambodia, Thailand, Germany, England, Panama,
I mean, it seems unthinkable now that we could have done this.
Soldier, we love you. Yeah, soldier, we love you. Standing strong, 'cause it's hard to do what you know you must do, 'cause it's true. Yes, it's true. We'll lock you up in this.
In April of 1971, just 5 years after Howard Levy and Donald Duncan's lone acts of protest, thousands of Vietnam veterans against the war converged on Washington, D.C. and threw their medals onto the Capitol steps.
If we have to fight again, it'll be to take these steps.
You know, it's kind of a unique opportunity. It's very
shit, man. Didn't you say, God damn, did I do that? Did I actually live in that shit? Did this government push me into this shit?
What's the pride in saying you're a veteran if what you're a veteran is something wrong? It's like being a veteran of the massacre at some place or another. You know, there's no pride to that, and so don't talk about it. Go away. Don't talk about it.